Let's talk about comic books a little bit. This is something that actually popped up a little while ago, and I've been waiting for a little bit more to come out on it, and now is the time to talk about it. So, if you know the character Shazam, right, you've probably at least seen the movie. I think just about everybody has an idea of who Shazam is. Well, Shazam's name actually means something. It actually means Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, and Mercury. So it has meaning. There's a meaning behind the name Shazam. It's essentially all of the God's powers that he has. That's kind of the meaning of the name. Black Adam was like a corrupted version of Shazam. I'm not really super knowledgeable on these two characters, but I have like the gist of it. But Black Adam is they're kind of shifting him to be an anti-hero because The Rock is coming in, right? And he's going to play Black Adam in a movie. The crazy thing here is there's kind of some evidence that they're going to change his name to Shazam, which means nothing. It's really ridiculous. It's a stupid name, and it's dumb. I mean, come on. It doesn't mean anything. So what does the DAM mean, right? Are they gonna do that? The idea here behind Cosmic Book News' logic is they say, apparently Brian Michael Bendis, who's taking over the Justice League comic, doesn't want to call him Black Adam. If he's a good guy, you can't call him Black. So let's call him Shazam. Okay. Now, here's a picture of Bendis' Justice League. He's going to use a bunch of new characters with the team. You can see Batman there. You still have Aquaman. I'm assuming this is Wonder Woman, Hawk Girl. And then there's Black Adam front and center. Right, that's dumb. Well, it's not. Black Adam's a fine character. The problem is changing his name to Shazam is stupid. So they want to make him an anti-hero. Kind of makes sense because in the movie coming out, you don't really want him to have to be a straight-up villain. So they're going to make him an anti-villain or an anti-hero. The problem is the name is completely dumb, and it flies in the face of what's come before it. And they're trying to deny that this is real. Brian Michael Bendis is a complete clown. He's a dope. He's one of the worst writers out there in comics, but he's so praised because of the stuff that he's done in the past, like House of M, right? I believe he wrote House of M, fantastic book. Okay. I'm not saying the man wasn't good back in the day, but he's clearly past his creative peak. He sucks now. And Shazam is just about as shitty as you can get when it comes to comic book ideas. So what happened was he came out and said rumors are stupid because everybody was talking about this Shazam thing. And then everyone started to run with it. Oh, it's not true. It's fake. But here's the deal. Previews for Infinite Frontier Zero came out, and you can hear or you can see people calling him Shazam. Here it is right here. Shazam has been protecting us all. Shazam was here. No, Shazam. No. The fire god attacked us and our army, and he came to save us. You have instances of people calling him Shazam. Now, there's two things here. One, he never gave them a name, and because he looks like Shazam, they're just calling him Shazam. Or two, he's changing his name to Shazam. It's really tough to say because Brian Michael Bendis writes terrible comic books and has absolutely terrible ideas. So it's tough to say if it's one or the other. I could totally believe that they're pushing the name Shazam because they don't want to call him Black Adam because it's problematic. They haven't said anything about the movie. Are they going to call the movie Shazam? What a stupid name that would be. But for now, it's tough to say. We'll see. If they do change his name to Shazam, I'm going to update because that's incredibly stupid. The other thing that I wanted to show was an update to the Immortal Hulk controversy that I covered not that long ago. That was, of course, because of this panel right here. And the artist has Kronberg jewelry. The problem is he left out two of the L's. So if you take out two of the L's in jewelry, you can imagine what that spells. They have it right here in the panel. It's been edited out. This, of course, has caused that comic to go up to about $30 on eBay. It's about $30 comic now, which isn't that much, but when you consider that most of today's comics are worthless, that's pretty good. Now, my problem with this, now here's two things, and I talked about this in my previous video. I believe the man made a mistake. I think he made a mistake. He wrote it backwards. It was an accident. I'd like to give him the benefit of the doubt. My problem here is that Marvel is completely throwing this man under the bus. Okay? And they're letting him take the blame. They're not doing anything. When the editorial at Marvel is just as blame, if not more, for this, because they should have caught this. And that's what I said in my previous video. They should have caught this. They should have made this fix and made sure this never got out. That's not what happened. And Tom Brevoort is the editor for that book, who has been doing nothing but screwing around and messing around his entire time as a senior editor at Marvel for years now. There's been all kinds of stories of him just being lazy and not doing anything. And this is the biggest example of that I've seen in a long time, because, I mean, this is a big mess up. And I personally really don't think it's that big of a deal. It's just an accident and, whatever, just move on. But it's just Marvel throwing this man under the bus. That's what I find really irritating. And all of the articles that I read on this, nobody mentions Brevoort or the editorial that should have caught this. And they just throw this man under a bus and let him sink, which is typical fashion. The editorial at Marvel is trash. They've been trash for the longest time. So it's not surprising that they're covering their own asses and throwing this dude under the bus. But I wish that these people that are reporting on this would be more thorough and go after them as well, because there's just as much to blame. But it's kind of died down a little bit, because this guy is on his knees now begging for forgiveness. You can see here in his response saying he has no excuse, and he failed to understand the troubling stereotype of the way he drew that Star of David. But it's like, things happen. I don't know. It's a mistake. He wanted to play homage to an old horror movie, which is what that Kronberg thing would have been. But the editorial should be in trouble here, if not more than him, because that's their job, just to catch this stuff, and they didn't do it. So anyway, quick comic book video. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out.